Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Radiant Central, and I'm your host Natasha St. Michael, and thank you so much for joining me. So today I want to talk about keeping motivated. This is a huge one. I would say out of all the information in the world that you can have, what is actually going to determine whether you're successful or not is motivation. You know, someone could know everything and know how to do something from point A to point Z, but if they're not motivated to do it, it's not going to happen. And so when it comes down to being motivated with your health and taking good care of yourself, it's about knowing what are those things that you can incorporate into your daily life to keep you motivated. And this is something that a lot of people know and a lot of people are doing. But one thing that I suggest doing is actually taking it a step further and having a strategy in the back of your mind as to knowing not only what keeps you motivated, but when to be doing it, where it can really effectively help you stay motivated. Because sometimes doing certain things at key times during the day will have sort of more of an influence over your decision making afterwards. And I find for anyone that's trying to, let's say, stay on a healthy diet, they need to be doing things throughout the day that inspire them and motivate them to stay on the healthy diet. And sometimes it's not about doing things that are about food or about the diet, but doing things that make you feel good. A lot of people know that, like, if they pamper themselves or take care of themselves or exercise or do meditation or stress reduction exercises or spend time with really close friends or spend time with people that inspire them or spend time outdoors with animals or being more creative and doing artwork or things like that, that the more they do that kind of stuff and do things that involve some sort of self-care, that they tend to make better decisions with their food. And it's about, I find, also knowing when to be doing these things throughout the day. I know for myself, my kind of lowest time of the day would probably be towards the end of the day, where I feel a little bit tired, I perhaps might feel hungry, or I might have cravings. And that's the time of the day where I would say sort of at the end of the afternoon before dinner time, where I'm thinking, I wouldn't mind doing this or I wouldn't mind having that. And I find that's the time of day where I need to be really including a lot of motivating things at that time of day, more so than in the morning. And I also find too that perhaps in the evening too, after dinner, late night, that too is a time where I need to be doing things that inspire me and motivate me so that I don't fall off track. So it's about figuring out too, what are those time of the days where it's kind of like your weakest moment. Like some people, they do great all day, but come like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, and suddenly they want to eat, pints of ice cream and pizza, and they just want to, just devour junk food and comfort food. And so that's the time of the day when you need to be figuring out what can you put in as an activity that will inspire you not to be hitting the junk food and the freezer for the ice cream. So it's about figuring out not only what motivates you, but when to be doing it. I know for myself recently, I've switched up my routine quite a bit to revolve around that afternoon time that I kind of hit my low. And I find instead, I used to in the past always have like a green juice in the morning, but now I have green juice more in the middle of the afternoon. And I find if I have a green juice or I have a huge green salad in the middle of the afternoon, then after that I'm just like, do I want a sweet? Do I have a craving for something? No. It's like suddenly like I feel good and I want to keep going with doing healthy things for myself. So I found that at that time of day where I'm at sort of my weakest, that's the time of the day where I really need to be putting in those things that really inspire me or motivate me. Same thing with exercise. I've been trying to do exercise at different times of the day, and again, I know that the second half of the day is my sort of time of temptation of not doing anything. That's the time of the day where if I do exercise, again, I make better decisions with my meals. So I actually find that if I do exercise before my dinner, that my dinner time, I have pristine dinner, and I also have good amounts of food, that I'm not overeating and things like that, that I want to take care of myself because I just had a fabulous workout. I also find too that there's times of the day where I know where I'm at my highest amount of stress, that too. That's a time where I need to take a time out, where I might need to go for a walk or do errands to clear my mind or do some sort of stress reduction exercise. So it's about figuring out, what are your times of the day where you're the strongest, most motivated, and what are the times of the day where you need that extra help, and what can you bring in, what can you incorporate, because that will help you achieve anything you want to achieve. I find when it comes down to any kind of goal or success, it's about motivation. And motivation is number one. Everything else, knowing how to do it or what to do, all of that just comes naturally. That you'll be able to figure out along the way, but you need to have the motivation. The motivation is kind of like the fuel that's going to get you from point A to point B. Okay, so think about it. Think about it this week. What are the things that motivate you? What are the things that get you excited? What are the things that keep you on track? And when during the day do you need, or in the evening, do you need that the most? It's about getting those things in when you need it the most, not at the times where it's easy. It's the times where you're almost at your weakest hour. So think about it. And I also just want to mention too, if anyone wants to join us on a juice fast, the next juice fast starts April 1st, and it's a 10-day juice fasting program. It's an online program, 10 days, and it's for beginners and experienced juice fasters. It's a great way of doing a juice fast in a different way with a group, and it's an online program. You can do it from anywhere around the world. Once you sign up, you get the booklet that gives you a good guideline as to what to be drinking every day and what the fast is about. There's videos that go with the program, an online forum, all sorts of stuff. It's a great program. It's 10 days, a great way of pressing the reset button with your diet, with getting onto eating healthy, losing some weight if you want to be losing weight, and just getting back on track. Great spring cleanse. So next 10-day juice fasting program starts April 1st. Go to my website at radiantcentral.com, click on products, and you'll see 10-day juice fasting program there. I'm wishing everyone a super fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.